It's 2025. We're leaving all that in 2024. Please God, please Buddha, please anyone who's up there. And we are leaving it in the past, right? We have to make the decision to leave it in the past. You know, we use time unconsciously, subconsciously, to think about the things that we've done in the past. Now, I personally have OCD and anxiety diagnosed by a psychiatrist. I know. Not the cutest, but the realest, honestly. I've used a lot of my time where I should have been sleeping, where I should have been relaxing, where I should have been having fun, dwelling on something that I could not change. But what is the use of that? You can't change it. Look, we can learn from lessons in the past, right? Not make those mistakes again. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. We can use that time to dwell on the past if you really want to. You can't change it, but you can use what you learned from that time, from that situation. What did you learn from it? Use that later in your life. Use that now in your life. But there's no use about thinking about the scenarios that could have happened if you just did something a certain way. And I'm telling you this as somebody who has done it themselves, has wasted hours, probably days, weeks worth of time dwelling on the past that I cannot change, but just letting it engulf my mind and my soul. And you can also think about things in the future. If you have something going on and you're scared about it, let's say you have a test that you're worried about and you are worried about that, you're thinking about that, you're like, what happens if I don't do well on this test? What happens if I fail this test? What if there are questions that I don't know? Well, instead of using that time to make these scenarios, you can use that to study. You can use that to relax. You can use it in a way to prevent what you're scared of from maybe happening. And someone very wise has told me many times, you can worry about something as much as you want, as much as you feel like you have to. But when that day comes, can you really change what happens? Of course, you can prepare. You can prepare yourself for, okay, what if scenario A happens and I'm gonna do this? What if scenario B happens and I'm gonna do this? But wouldn't you just want to use that time to think about something else, to think about good memories, to think about new ideas, something that can bring you joy instead of something that's making you think circles inside of your head? Now, I'm not perfect, and you're not perfect, but I truly believe the best way to make it is to fake it. So, if you put yourself in a mindset of I'm not gonna let this ruin me. I'm going to live the day, and if something happens, then it happens. Then I'll deal with it. And then I'll continue on to my next day. And it's a learning curve. It's progress that we have to make inside of ourselves, inside our brains, inside our hearts, inside our souls, to recalibrate how people were made to think. Back in the day, it was fight or flight. It was, we were cavemen. It was very dramatic, very aggressive. But we now live in a more civilized society. And we don't need that fight or flight as much as we did back then. Yes, we still need it in certain times when, we're attacked or something like that. But thinking about it all the time, thinking about things that you can't control, that are going to happen, you're not going to be able to find peace in the end. And maybe it's not about finding peace in the end, but maybe it's about living to your fullest, not just existing. No, we're not just here to follow a certain path and go with it. You make your destiny. You choose what you want to do every day. Now, the outcome might be out of your control. And that's how it is. But you can do your best to use your time and make the most of your life. And I've really recently have been having these more philosophical thoughts because I've lived so long in a life where I was miserable. And I'm deciding now it's gonna stop. It's gonna stop. And I'm not gonna let anyone intervene, infringe on that. Because everyone deserves a chance to find their happiness. You deserve the time of day. You deserve the goodness that happens in your life. And you deserve to be happy with your life. Why would you want to live a life that you're not happy in? Nobody wants to, but you're allowed to be happy. And when there are times that you're happy and you feel guilty about feeling happy, or, there's someone out there who's doing worse than me, there's someone, okay, there's someone who's doing better, there's someone who's doing worse, but enjoy your life in the moment. It's your life. And you should be living for yourself and nobody else. And that took me a long time to realize. And you don't have to think exactly how I think, but I just hope from every video I make, somehow I can make your thinking better, to make your life better or your mindset better. And You know, if not, then this is just a diary for my. Live your life for yourself. There's no other reason why you should be living your life. You're here to make the most of your life. You're on this planet for a reason. Make the most out of it. And this is the final look. Just a simple. Ready to go out. You're done. That's it. The lip's a little heavy, but it makes me happy. So that's all that matters.